The War Machine event is an exciting new addition to Battlefield 2042, focusing on modern mechanized warfare. In this event, players get access to advanced gear, from new tanks and drones to exclusive skins and fresh game modes. DICE aims to bring back the intense, large-scale battles that fans love while injecting fresh energy into the gameplay. Unlike previous Battlefield games, 2042 doesn't have a traditional single-player campaign. Instead, it builds its story through multiplayer gameplay and seasonal updates. The game is set in a near-future world that's on the edge of collapse due to climate disasters, global resource shortages, and economic crises. Nations have fallen, and a group of stateless soldiers called NOPATs fight for survival. These soldiers end up getting pulled into a massive conflict between the US and Russia, both of which are competing for control over the last remaining resources on Earth.
Soldiers out!
Steel Hunters is a free-to-play third-person shooter developed by Wargaming, the creators of World of Tanks and World of Warships. In this game, you take control of massive mechs known as Hunters and face off in intense battles against 5 other 2-player teams. The main goal is to reach the final extraction point. But before that, you'll need to fight enemies, level up your mech, and collect upgrades. Each Hunter has its own playstyle and unique abilities, allowing you to experiment with different strategies to outplay your rivals. These Hunters aren't just soldiers. They're elite operators sent into dangerous zones to extract critical resources, valuable tech, and data fragments that could tip the balance of power. Each mission you drop into is part of a bigger war.
I tell them, it's your choices that define your greatness. You want to watch? Or fight?
We move unseen.
Assassin's Creed Shadows is an action-adventure game developed by Ubisoft Quebec. It is the 14th main installment in the Assassin's Creed series and a sequel to Assassin's Creed Mirage. In Assassin's Creed Shadows, players dive into the feudal Japan of the Sengoku period, a time marked by constant warfare and political turmoil. You control 2 distinct characters, Naoe, a skilled shinobi, and Yasuke, a powerful samurai. Together, they navigate through a world filled with intrigue, betrayal, and secrets that could alter the course of history. Naoe and Yasuke are both trying to fulfill their own missions, but are united by their common goal of protecting their homeland and ensuring its future.
From darkness.
A new dawn.
Hello?
The Cecil is a first-person psychological horror game developed by Genie Interactive Games and published by Wandering Wizard and Snail Games USA. In The Cecil, players follow the story of John, who is on a romantic vacation with his wife Sarah at the mysterious Cecil Hotel. However, after falling asleep, John wakes up in a dark, isolated cell and realizes that his wife is missing. As he ventures through the creepy and labyrinthine halls of the hotel, John must uncover the terrifying secrets hidden within the walls to find Sarah. Along the way, he faces creepy creatures and supernatural forces that seem to be lurking around every corner.
Do this!
Silent Hill F is an upcoming survival horror game developed by Neobards Entertainment and published by Konami Digital Entertainment. It is the 8th main installment in the Silent Hill series. The story of Silent Hill F takes place in the 1960s Japan, offering a unique and eerie Eastern setting unlike previous entries in the series. The main character is a girl named Hinako Shimizu, who lives in a remote village called Arisugawa Oka. One day, a thick and mysterious fog rolls in, and strange, terrifying events begin to unfold. Hinako suddenly finds herself trapped in a nightmarish world where strange flowers, horrifying creatures, and twisted mental realities blur the line between illusion and truth. The story is written by Ryukishi07, a well-known Japanese horror writer, famous for his deep, emotional, and psychologically disturbing narratives. So you can expect a chilling, layered, and thought-provoking experience.
あんたをすぐに殺すこともできたんだよ。全部奪ったな。全部私から奪ったな。
I misjudged you.
Second Stone, The Legend of the Hidden World, is an upcoming action-adventure RPG developed and published by Skyward Entertainment. The story follows a young guy named Shiren, a curious treasure hunter from a remote village called Aramaya. One day, he accidentally stumbles into a mysterious and hidden world, one that's split in two, a bright, vibrant realm full of life and hope, and a dark, twisted version filled with danger and creepy creatures. As Shiren explores deeper, he realizes that this world isn't just some fantasy. It holds deep secrets about himself, his past, and the balance between these two parallel realms. Now, it's up to him to face strange challenges, solve mysterious puzzles, and fight dangerous enemies to uncover the truth and stop both worlds from falling into ruin.
The truth is almost within my grasp.
Rainbow Six Siege X is a major update for the popular game Rainbow Six Siege, introducing significant changes to gameplay, graphics, and new features. This free update will be released on June 10th, 2025 for existing players. One of the new features in this update is the dual front mode, where the game is divided into two fronts, and teams must fight on both fronts simultaneously. Additionally, the neutral sector is introduced, giving teams the opportunity to complete special objectives midway through the match, with rewards for those who succeed. The game also enhances graphics and audio to provide a more immersive and realistic experience. Furthermore, new player protection systems have been implemented to prevent toxic behavior and ensure a safer and more enjoyable experience for all players.
Welcome to the
Midnight Murder Club is a multiplayer first-person shooter that blends elements of horror and humor. In this game, you and your friends explore a dark mansion filled with traps and weapons while trying to survive. Midnight Murder Club takes place in a mysterious and eerie mansion where players take on the roles of detectives or survivors in a twisted murder mystery scenario. The mansion is full of dark secrets, and the game's narrative centers around uncovering the truth behind a series of murders that have occurred within its walls. As players navigate the mansion, they encounter various characters, each with their own backstory and motives. The central goal is to uncover clues, solve puzzles, and figure out who among the players is behind the crimes, all while avoiding the dangerous traps and obstacles that lie in wait.
Winners will leave as the newest members of the Midnight Murder Club. So take this invitation and share it with your most trusted of friends. Come to my mansion, don the mask, become the shadows, join the club, and die trying.
Malvinas, La Ultima Carta, is a video game that recreates the events of the Falklands War, Malvinas, in 1982. The game is developed by El Burro Studio. Malvinas tells the story of an 18-year-old Argentine soldier who, during the Falklands War in 1982, becomes the last survivor of his battalion and gets trapped in a mysterious mansion. He must find and protect the letters left behind by his fallen comrades in order to uncover the truth behind the killings and the tragedies of the war. Players control the main character from a third-person perspective, navigating through various obstacles and fighting for survival in critical situations. My Day is an upcoming playable character in Honkai Star Rail. Introduced in version 3.1, Light slips the gate. He is the Crown Prince of Kremnos, known as Maidemos, and also the Warrior of Okema, bearing the title Midei. His divine authority is Nikador, and he is one of the Chrysos heirs, seeking the core flame of strife. In the game's narrative, Midei declares, "From now on, I am strife. Submit or die." In Honkai Star Rail, the story takes place in a strange and futuristic world where players must travel through various paths in space and time. In this game, creatures known as Honkai threaten the world, and a group of heroes called Trailblazers are tasked with confronting these threats and saving their world. Players take control of different characters, each with their own unique powers and abilities.
Now on, I am strife. Submit.
Your mission is simple.
Dreadhaunt is a survival, horror, and deception game developed by Digital Happiness. The game offers both solo and multiplayer modes, with a recently introduced feature called Assault Mode. Assault Mode is a high-intensity first-person survival experience where players face waves of supernatural enemies. It supports solo play, cooperative multiplayer with up to 5 players, and AI-controlled bots that assist in combat. Players can relocate to new areas after each wave, scavenge for gear, and utilize weapons supplied by headquarters. The objective is to survive increasingly difficult waves, culminating in a final challenging encounter. As part of the Assault Mode update, a new playable character, the Assault Special Agent, has been introduced, along with Assault Mode-themed costumes for all 9 agents.
Calling HQ, communication error. 10-1. I repeat, 10-1.
Death Stranding 2. On the Beach is the sequel to the successful game Death Stranding, created by Hideo Kojima. The game takes place in a post-apocalyptic world where supernatural beings and mysterious threats disrupt human civilization. The story of the game explores themes such as human connections, survival, and communication between people. The story revolves around the main character, Sam Porter Bridges, who must now face a new, more dangerous threat. A key theme of the story is the emphasis on human relationships and how individuals connect with one another. As humanity faces collapse, the bonds between characters play a crucial role in survival and advancing the story.
Dad?
Baptiste is a psychological horror game set in a world full of fear and mystery. The story follows a family who moves to a remote location in the UK for a fresh start. However, they soon realize that their new home is not a refuge, but a trap. Shadows whisper in the corners of the house. Nightmares become reality, and an ancient evil awakens. In this game, players must navigate through a dark and terrifying world where every corner hides a new threat. The game focuses heavily on the psychological experience of fear and tension, and throughout, players will feel anxiety and terror. The game will be released in 2025 for PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X.
It's just a doll, Tom.
Avowed is a first-person role-playing game set in the world of Yora, the same world as the Pillars of Eternity series. The game follows an agent from Ader, who is sent to investigate a plague on the Living Lands island. This plague is gradually spreading and becoming a major threat to the region. In this game, players can choose from various character classes and engage in combat using magic, swords, and other weapons, while exploring and battling different creatures. Avowed offers an experience similar to the Pillars of Eternity games, but this time, everything is presented from a first-person perspective.